Hello fellow mutants, welcome back to another video, and in this video we're going to talk about how Rey's promise to Luke is the core of her Star Wars film. Even though some fans may argue the promise she made to Luke, Luke made to Yoda, and how Luke sort of kept his promise to Yoda and essentially Obi-Wan, and I have to agree with them. I feel like that's part of the reason why the Legends Luke is so much better than the canon Luke, because the Legends Luke was so much more successful and didn't hide when he failed, unlike the canon Luke that we have, or the Disney version Luke. Anyways, what promise has Rey made Luke, and how's that the core of the movies? So let's give this a read, shall we? Rey promised to Luke Skywalker will be the core of her upcoming Star Wars movie. Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker brought an end to the sequel trilogy when it released in 2019, but Daisy Ridley is set to return in an upcoming movie set 15 years later. This will see Rey establish a new Jedi Order, albeit one facing a much more hostile galaxy. The unceasing battle between the light and the dark side of the Force has inevitably left the galaxy weary of the Jedi. Speaking of the games Raider, Lucasfilm boss Kathleen Kennedy has explained this movie will build on the relationship between Rey and Luke, and specifically on the promise Rey made to Luke. And now Rey has made a promise to Luke, and that's really the core of where we're going, what the stories will be. And this is what Kathleen Kennedy said, what I just read. I probably just said quote unquote, sorry. Rey's not the last of the Jedi, but the first of a new order, and she will reform the Jedi in his honor. It's a smart approach ensuring Luke Skywalker has a legacy in the Star Wars galaxy. So Rey's next Star Wars movie will continue to honor Luke Skywalker. Some may say the sequel trilogy did not honor Luke Skywalker, and to that I will have to agree. The sequel trilogy did not honor Luke Skywalker, but how will Rey continue to honor Luke Skywalker? I wonder. Rey was the last Jedi Luke Skywalker trained before his death, and it seems she considers herself to have promised to continue the Jedi Order. This is a beautiful way to honor Luke, because this means the Jedi will now be reborn in the aftermath of the Skywalker trilogy. Indeed, from a certain point of view, the interpretation means that the title of the final sequel trilogy film, The Rise of Skywalker, makes much more sense. A new evolution of Jedi is about to emerge, one shaped prominently for the Skywalkers rather than by Yoda or Obi-Wan. But there's one issue with that. Rey is technically not a Skywalker. She's a Palpatine who stole the Skywalker last name. Now, I've said this argument multiple times before, and I'll read the rest I'll read the rest after I finish this rant. If they kept Rey as a nobody, people like me would have been more okay with Rey accepting the name Nobody. Because if we got the whole Rey's a Nobody arc continuing in Episode 9, then, if we got the whole Rey's a Nobody arc in Episode 9, that will open up the door of, okay, it will be okay if Rey took the name Skywalker to honor Luke, Leia, Ben, Solo. So like, and like, sure, some fans will still be pissed, but like, I doubt as many fans would be pissed that Rey took the Skywalker last name if they kept on with the whole Rey's a nobody. So that's like one of my biggest complaints about the sequel trilogies. That I liked what they did in The Last Jedi in terms of making Rey a nobody, and they sort of kept it that way. So then that way they could have had the whole thing where like you don't have to be related to be someone special exactly, like someone's like big to be someone special, and yeah, they could have used like that as a little cheap way to have like the rise of Skywalker meaning Rey without having like to really like someone contradict to what they were having Leia say early in the movie about don't be afraid of who you are, and the first chance you get to really use Leia's lesson, you don't do that. You practically spit on her memory. I do hope, though, that in this movie, Rey will say, you know what? The Skywalker family is a good family. I loved Luke. I loved Luke as a teacher. No, he was a bitch. I loved Leia as a mentor and a teacher. Too bad Ben Solo didn't make it because he had a lot of potential. But as much as I have a fondness towards the Skywalkers, and even like Han Solo, who was practically Skywalker by marriage, I got to not take the Skywalker last name, but take on my family last name, Palpatine, and show the freaking galaxy that not all Palpatines are evil. Yes, my grandfather was evil, but not my parents. My parents were evil. I'm not evil. Let me show the galaxy that not all Palpatines are evil. That is one story, like, little, like, story thread in this Rey movie that I would love to see. And if they do that, especially in the right way, I would 110% praise the movie for doing that. 110% for sure. Because that makes sense. That would make sense. Rey having that change of mind. And guess what? Character development. There you go. Anyways, Mark Hamill doesn't expect to return in the upcoming Star Wars film, but it seems Luke Skywalker's presence will still be felt on a thematic level. Man, that word was hard to say. Rey is taking the lessons she has learned from both Luke and Leia and applying them to a whole new context. Not all the lessons, because I feel like, which is the lesson I'm kind of butthurt, or not butthurt, but upset that like they contradicted. Rey hasn't used the lesson of don't be afraid of who you are being essentially Leia's last lesson to Rey into like heart yet. She's still going around being Palpatine. And I'm like, why? Anyways. It's pleasing to see these heroes of the Star Wars original trilogy who still have a legacy through Rey. The question, of course, is whether Rey can truly fulfill her promise to Luke, and what enemies will conspire against the Jedi to risk making it impossible. I do hope that they don't bring back the Sith. Because Anakin was supposed to be the chosen one to bring balance to the Force, right? So I would have, like, and yeah, I know, like, when, like, there's light, there's also darkness. Star Wars and Kingdom Hearts both practically pound that in your head. But, like, wouldn't it be interesting that there was a new dark side Force using group that takes the place of the Sith, but doesn't call themselves Sith? Let the Sith be a thing of the past and be called something else? Like, I don't know what the name would be, but like, where this dark side order also like kind of runs in a similar vein as the Sith, but aren't not the Sith. They even have their own titles that they go by, like how like the Emperor is Darth Vader, Anakin when he turns to the dark side is Darth Vader. Emperor is Darth Sidious, Count Dooku's to Darth Tyrannus. Some may say Galen Malik's Sith name would have been like Darth Starkiller. There's Darth Bane, Darth Raven. So like, the point is, the Sith has Darth as the title, then whatever name they have afterwards. So like, they could use the similar formula with this new dark side group that's supposed to be a replacement of the Sith. So even if they don't use a dark side Force group, okay, I'll be fine with that too. But anyways, what do you beautiful people have to say? Let me know in the comment section down below. Love you guys. Have a wonderful day. Be kind to one another. May the Force be with us all. And what do you before I end? What do you guys think about the Rey movie? Like, are you excited for the Rey movie, or are you not excited? And if you guys could have one thing in the Rey movie, what would that one thing be that you could be in charge of? What would you incorporate into the Rey movie? Me personally, it would be Rey actually using the Palpatine name, so in the galaxy that not all Palpatines are evil. That'll be mine. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section down below. Love you guys. Have a wonderful day. Be kind to one another, and may the Force be with us all. Crap, right.